Good morning all. The book that I'll be talking about today is called My Best Friend's Girl. I have a group of best friends and each of us has actually read this book because it is that good. So basically, like any typical girly novels, this book starts off with two best friends. Their names are Cameron and Adele. Best friends who did everything together. Gossips, late night phone calls, and even sharing of secrets. Cameron led an almost perfect life. Confident, young, beautiful, had a successful career and dashing fiancé. What seemed like a perfect life turned for the worse when she found out that her fiancé, Nate, had slept with not just anyone, but her own best friend, Adele. Her life seemed to crumble in the fastest way possible. She vowed not to speak to either of one of them ever again. Cameron was just starting to put the pieces of her life back together, but exactly 5 years since that incident, on her birthday, she received a letter from her former best friend, Adele. It was a letter that she would never want to receive. Part of the reason why it took Cameron such a long time to get through the bad episode of her life was that Adele's affair with Nate actually resulted in the birth of Tegan. How could Cameron ever accept it? It was a nightmare, except she wasn't dreaming. Tegan was the flesh and blood of her best friend and her fiancé. In that letter, Adele confessed how sorry she was and explained she completely understood that if Cameron would never ever forgive her. However, in that same letter, Adele confessed that she was terminally ill and was dying. Cameron mustered all her willpower to visit Adele. The sight of her dying best friend surprised her, but what was even more surprising was more than that. Adele had asked Cameron to adopt Tegan. Tegan, the only person in the world who would remind Cameron what a failure her life has been. However, Tegan was still the innocent child who had suffered from the hands of her grandparents. She had been abused both physically and emotionally. Surely Tegan deserved a better home, right? Even before Cameron had time to thoroughly consider adopting Tegan, Adele's time was up. She lost her battle to cancer. This left a confused and heartbroken Cameron, and even more, left Tegan an orphan, whose own father doesn't even know of her existence. Cameron had no choice. She knew she needed to save Tegan. She was an innocent party after all. Even in a modern society, Cameron had difficulties raising Tegan, as she was black after all, and Tegan was a white child. But whenever she thinks about how Adele has hurt deeply, she looks into Tegan's eyes and knew it all didn't matter. Tegan has become a part of Cameron's life. Personally, I feel that the book felt very relatable because every detail was looked into carefully. My favorite part about the book was that Tegan finally found a home that she belonged in. Thank you.